We are in Turkey all week long, filming at the 7 cities of Revelation. Today we're in Smyrna, which you can see some of behind me. We're in the middle of a podcast series on 7 churches of Revelation, but we're working on a premium on-site version of the same content. Over the course of next week, we're going to be in all 7 church sites, going through the text and seeing what was happening 2,000 years ago and trying to figure out how that applies to our lives now. We're going to be talking a lot about ancient Roman paganism, talking a lot about imperial worship, and also a lot about how the Roman state tried to pressure the ancient churches to compromise and give into, frankly, I want to say demonic culture. Most studies of the book of Revelation are eschatologically or sort of end times focused. What we're doing with Revelation chapter 2 and 3 is really taking more of a historical and pastoral look at what was going on. If you notice, every single letter that Jesus dictates through John, it says, write to the angel of the church of. An angel just means messenger, okay? So what he's talking about are basically the lead pastors. And so these are letters written to pastors, giving them advice for their churches. This part of the book in particular, to me, is highly, highly relevant to believers now, because the things that we deal with now are actually incredibly similar to what the ancient churches were dealing with. It's just that the ancient churches had it dialed up higher. When you look at a text, you like the book of Revelation, that is so deeply full of symbolic language that meant something at the time. You know, he's using metaphors, he's using images that they understood. Okay, so for instance, here in Smyrna, he talks about being, I'm the one who is dead and is now alive. Well, the reason he says that to Smyrna is because on Smyrna's, coinage and on their city signs, their city motto was the city that was dead and is now alive, because it had been destroyed and reestablished. So we're going to be digging into just little different nuances of the text and how there's historical tie-ins to culture, geography, archaeology, that just sheds a little more light on the text and helps make it more interesting and provide more context when you study the book of Revelation. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, then we just want to invite you to join us and listen to our free podcast series on YouTube or anywhere podcasts are streaming. And if you really enjoy the podcast, then you can help support the production of more content by becoming a premium member either on YouTube or on our website, thelandinthebible.com.